Layla. Oh. A zombie. Mark. Oh no, there's him, run Stato. Oof oof oof. That was close. Come to mine. Okay James, okay. Let's go. He chose toilet? Can you get out my tub? Well yes. Now you are on the toilet? Why? It's funny. It is funny but not quite comedy. Yes it is. You just do not understand until you were 17 because you were punching lockers. Well, it's not a joke. Yes it is. You were looking there. Because you are in the tub. How did that happen? I don't know, dude. TMI. Not really a joke like I said before. What's that? Bye, Mark. So you was here the whole time? Yes, I was. BTW, thanks for making me this sandwich. I appreciate that. Of course you do. I feel sleepy. Look at the apocalypse. Only 6-7 zombies. Not too bad. It kinda does because Zombie Elvis got Mark. I went to you because the limit in Plotagon is 2 people. Well, I'm asleep. Okay. Night sight. Night flight. Bye.